For 6 months, I've been documenting my experience using AI tools for investment research and education. Today, I'm sharing the complete results, what worked, what didn't, and what I learned about combining AI efficiency with human judgment in investment analysis. Before we dive deep into this educational content, essential disclaimers. This is documentation of my personal learning experience with AI investment research tools. This is not investment advice or recommendations. All investing involves risk of loss, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. I'm sharing educational insights about tools and processes, not suggesting specific investments. Always consult with qualified financial advisors for investment decisions appropriate to your situation. I approach this as a systematic educational experiment. My goal was to understand how AI tools might enhance investment research and learning, not to find shortcuts to guaranteed profits. I established specific criteria for evaluation: research efficiency improvements, learning enhancement, accuracy of analysis, and overall educational value. I documented everything meticulously to share authentic insights about the reality of using AI for investment education. First category tested was AI tools that analyze earnings reports and financial statements. These tools process quarterly reports and break them down into understandable summaries. Over 6 months, I used these tools to analyze 200+ earnings reports across different sectors. The educational value was significant. I learned to identify key metrics much faster and understand financial statement relationships better. However, the AI sometimes missed important contextual information that required human analysis to catch. Quantifying the results. My research time per company decreased from approximately 3 to 4 hours to 45 to 60 minutes when using AI assistance. My comprehension of financial statements improved measurably. I can now identify red flags and positive indicators much more quickly. But I also learned important limitations. AI tools excel at processing numbers, but often miss management commentary nuances, industry-specific context, and competitive positioning insights that require human interpretation. Second category was AI-powered market sentiment analysis tools. These analyze news, social media, and analyst reports to gauge market sentiment around specific stocks or sectors. I tracked sentiment scores against actual price movements for 50 different stocks over 4 months. The educational insights were fascinating. I learned how different types of news impact different sectors, and how sentiment often leads or lags price movements in predictable patterns. The sentiment analysis tools taught me several important lessons about market psychology and information flow. They're excellent for identifying when sentiment is extremely positive or negative. These extreme readings often signal potential reversals or continued momentum. However, they struggle with subtle sentiment changes and can be heavily influenced by high-volume noise rather than quality information. I learned to use sentiment as one data point among many, not as a primary decision-making tool. Third category was AI tools that perform technical analysis and pattern recognition. These tools scan charts and identify potential patterns, support resistance levels, and technical indicators. I tested these tools across 100+ stocks over 5 months, comparing AI-identified patterns with my own manual analysis and subsequent price movements. The learning experience was valuable for improving my chart reading skills and understanding technical analysis concepts. The technical analysis AI tools were educational but required careful interpretation. They excel at identifying classical chart patterns and calculating technical indicators consistently. However, they often identify many patterns that don't result in meaningful price movements. I learned that technical analysis, whether done by AI or humans, is about probabilities, not certainties. The educational value came from learning to evaluate pattern quality and combine technical analysis with fundamental research. Integrating multiple AI research tools created both opportunities and challenges. The opportunity: comprehensive analysis covering fundamental, technical, and sentiment perspectives. The challenge: information overload and sometimes conflicting signals. I developed a framework for weighting different types of analysis based on market conditions and investment timeframes. This integration process taught me more about investment analysis than using any single tool alone. My current AI-enhanced research workflow looks like this. iTools handle initial screening and data processing. I provide context and qualitative analysis. AI assists with scenario modeling and risk assessment. I make final decisions based on complete analysis, plus my personal investment criteria. This hybrid approach has significantly improved my research efficiency while maintaining human judgment where it's most valuable. The key insight: AI amplifies human analytical capabilities, but doesn't replace the need for critical thinking and personal judgment. 6 months of AI investment research education taught me that these tools are most valuable for learning and skill development, not for finding easy profits. They help process information faster and identify patterns you might miss. But successful investing still requires patience, discipline, and continuous learning. What aspects of investment research interest you most? Share your questions in the comments. I love discussing the educational aspects of investment analysis.